What's going on YouTube? Crossovers dominate the market these days, which is why there are so many options at all sizes and price points. On the smaller and more affordable side of things, we have options like the very popular Toyota Corolla Cross and Subaru Crosstrek.
Now, both models have significant changes for 2026, which left us wondering, which of these crossovers has the best combination of practicality, efficiency, and affordability? Well, that's what we're going to find out today.
While these are higher equipped examples in today's comparison, these subcompact offerings still come in well below the average new car price in the US, in the upper $30,000 range, with all the boxes checked. If you're looking to buy one, make sure to check out carconfections.com/newcarquotes to get the best price and access to invoice pricing information. Starting with the exteriors, Subaru and Toyota have taken different design paths for the Crosstrek and Corolla Cross. Subaru leans into their rugged reputation on the Crosstrek, using thick cladding and a wide stance. Toyota, on the other hand, has a number of sporty design touches, and the 2026 refresh gives it more body color accents to match with the also new RAV4. While we don't score design preferences, keep in mind your preferences for cladding when you're choosing between these two. However, we do score the various features and differences, so let's get into those. Looking at the headlights first, both models feature full LED projector arrangements with LED fog lights. But the Crosstrek takes things to a near luxury level by adding adaptive abilities to the headlights as well. By the way, feel free to keep your own score along the way if you want, based on what's most important to you. Moving to the sides, both feature unique 18-inch alloy wheels with different finishes, and lengthwise they are almost identical. But that doesn't mean you have identical space, so we'll dive into that later. Toyota also allows for some extra customization by offering a black roof on this sportier XSE trim. In the back, both offer partially LED taillight arrangements, with the Toyota adding an LED turn signal over the Subi. Additionally, these pint-sized models are surprisingly rated to tow, but at a modest 1,500 pounds as equipped. The mirrors on each feature heating and blind spot monitoring. And as far as the other important active safety features, they are also all included here to help you avoid crashes. The Crosstrek furthermore adds rear auto braking for even more peace of mind. That's it for the exteriors, so now let's move on to the interiors where each has a lot more to offer. But first,
if you're new here, we're brothers and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We started young, and since then we have reviewed over 2,000 vehicles at every price point.
No matter what you're looking for, from humble to high-end, we'd love for you to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family.
Let's learn a lot and have some fun with all the latest cars. Approaching the doors, both offer smart entry as equipped, and remote start via their brand's respective apps. Once you open up the doors, you'll find updated cabins with more tech and features than you'd expect in this segment. But let's first address the seats. In this category, they match each other with heated, leatherette seats that offer 10 ways of power adjustment, including 2 ways of lumbar adjustment. Both also have unique contrast stitching depending on your color preferences. Once inside, material quality is a broad category, so we'll divide it into solidity and material selections. While these budget-minded options aren't using the finest materials in the industry, it's a Crosstrek that feels more solid overall, with a sturdier door shut and less creakiness throughout the cabin. Upon starting them, you'll find 2 fully digital gauge clusters on these hybrid variants, both offering 12.3 inches of configurable space. Pulling back to the steering wheels, they continually match each other with leatherette wrapping, manual adjustment, and heating. When it comes to storage, the Subi has the edge. For the center console, while we couldn't perform our signature donut test on the road, there is still a clear advantage towards the Subaru, which has a larger console area. Beyond the console, both have cup holders and storage cubbies with wireless chargers as equipped. Putting the traditional shifters in reverse, the Crosstrek has a unique feature for the class. This loaded model has a 360-degree camera system for additional visibility, even if its use of screen real estate isn't the most efficient. Moving up the dashboard, both have dual-zone automatic climate controls. But while the Subaru has some physical controls, the Toyota has fully physical controls, which are easier to use on the day-to-day since Subaru's system sometimes lags. Conversely, the Corolla Cross now has volume buttons instead of a knob, which makes it harder to make quick adjustments. And the Crosstrek also has an audio quality advantage, with one extra speaker and better overall sound. Infotainment-wise, both have large screens this year. However, the Subi still edges out the Toyota with about 10% more screen real estate with its 11.6-inch display over the 10.5-inch display in the Corolla. For usability, both offer wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, and built-in navigation. But Toyota's multimedia software runs smoother and quicker on a daily basis. Up top, only the Corolla Cross has an auto-dimming mirror with HomeLink as equipped. However, both have sunroofs. While these crossovers are small, the rear seats are still very important. Despite being almost the same length, the Crosstrek is packaged for more rear comfort, offering a significant legroom advantage, while headroom is about the same. As far as the features in the back, both give you USBs and a center armrest, but the Toyota goes a step further and adds vents to keep you cool. Heading to the cargo areas, the Toyota has a power tailgate, which is not offered on the Subi. Once open though, the Subaru's packaging advantage continues. In both cargo measurements, it carries a large advantage over the Corolla Cross, over the 5% threshold required to score a point in both configurations. That's a significant difference that will be noticed in the day-to-day. Now, we're done with the interiors, but the hybrid engines of these models are arguably even more important, so let's take this fight to the streets. So, what's under the hood of these two? Well, there are some similarities and differences to pay attention to. Let's start with the differences, where Toyota uses a traditional 2-liter 4-cylinder engine as the base of its powertrain, but the Subaru uses one of its 2.5-liter boxer 4-cylinder engines. Both have electric componentry to provide hybrid power, some of which Subaru borrowed from Toyota to enter into this efficient space. Both feel about the same under hard acceleration, reaching 60 miles per hour in approximately 8 seconds. Alright, that was 60 miles per hour with this Corolla Cross. We're in the hybrid powertrain, and as you can probably tell, we're actually accelerating up a fairly steep hill at that point. And acceleration is certainly not bad at all. So as far as, your differences, of course, as we kind of talked about in part 1, Corolla Cross continues to be available in 2 different powertrain selections. So you've got a gas option, you also have the hybrid option. The hybrid is the more powerful of the two. This is Toyota's 5th gen hybrid system with a 2-liter 4-cylinder paired with your electric motors, and that produces 196 horsepower. Alright, that was 60 miles per hour with the hybrid Crosstrek. So, in terms of the acceleration of this model, I think you'll be very happy with it, especially compared to the standard gas model. You go to 194 horsepower. So this is also a 2.5 boxer 4-cylinder. It does have a significant number of revisions, though, compared to the traditional gas-powered model. Transmission-wise, both use an eCPT for smooth acceleration. However, Subaru has worked on their hybrid system to provide true symmetrical all-wheel drive, which provides additional capability over the Toyota's all-wheel drive system. When the terrain gets rough, the full-time all-wheel drive system allows for more advanced traction management than the Toyota's that relies on a rear electric motor and no mechanical connection. Now, as far as other elements to discuss, the transmission. So the traditional gas option will be a continuously variable transmission. Here with the hybrid, we have Toyota's typical eCVT. And also the hybrids come standard with all-wheel drive. So Toyota has a rear electric motor, which kind of kicks in when you need that all-wheel drive traction. Now, as far as the transmission, this is an eCVT as opposed to just the traditional CVT with the gas-powered model. Yeah. The main fundamental difference is the fact that this still has symmetrical all-wheel drive, a full-time mechanical all-wheel drive system. What Toyota uses is totally different. They have just a rear electric motor and no physical connection from the front axle to the rear axle. So this is a thing that allows Subaru to retain that off-road ability and adventurous spirit that you expect from a Subaru model that's not compromised in any way by choosing the hybrid model. When it comes to ride quality and handling, the Crosstrek once again has the advantage. Compared to the Corolla Cross, it manages to smooth out more of the road imperfections, offering a more comfortable experience overall. Neither are suited to rip down a back road, but are decently tossable due to their compact sizes.
And I think it's a great time to discuss ride quality for this model. Now, any vehicle in this segment will let in some intrusions into the cabin, and the Corolla Cross is no exception to that. However, I will say that it's pretty reasonably good ride for this segment of vehicle. When you hit a bump in the road, it does a pretty good job of soaking that up. And let's also talk about ride quality for the Crosstrek. Now, when it comes to the hybrid, really nothing is going to change here. We have 18-inch wheels on the outside, and it does a great job of soaking up bumps for this segment. Will you feel some of the bumps in the road as we're going over this really wavy pavement? Yes, you will feel some of that, but this is one of the better riding options in this segment. This is a vehicle that honestly kind of feels a little bit like a class above, especially when you compare it to something like the Corolla Cross.
Now, on the highway, sound insulation is also very important, which is why we take sound level readings for every vehicle we test here at Car Confections. Unfortunately, both samples were taken on media drives out west, which means we can't officially score this at this time. But our sample shows that neither will be overly quiet.
We're looking at 60.4 decibels is our sound level reading, and 60.5 decibels is what we are sitting at.
Finally, let's talk about the all-important fuel economy. While Subaru has done their best to make the Crosstrek both capable and efficient, Toyota's long history of hybrids will give them the advantage. The Corolla Cross Hybrid has a 15% advantage over the Crosstrek Hybrid, which will make a huge difference at the pump. In our reviews and comparisons, we're also adding in reliability and resale information to give you a better picture of the overall value beyond just the original MSRP. Beginning with reliability, we developed the Combined Reliability Index, which takes into account several studies from trustworthy sources and combines them in a way that gives you a more realistic picture. In this respect, they are some of the strongest brands money can buy. Subaru is rated 11 spots above the industry average, giving it 2.2 points, and Toyota is rated 15 slots above average, giving it plus 3 points. Related to that, they have the same general warranty coverage, but Toyota offers the convenience of complimentary maintenance for 2 years. We also put Mason's economics degree to work to develop a detailed predicted resale value tool. After 5 years and 60,000 miles, Toyota has one of the highest rated resale values in the entire auto industry at 64.5%. Subaru is not far behind with 63.03% after 5 years and 60,000 miles. This will give Toyota a slight boost in score of plus 0.2 points. Now let's break down the cost of these two and evaluate how much value each model is delivering. Both of these fully loaded models are pushing the boundaries of this segment in terms of price, so be prepared to pay a premium for both the features and efficiency they offer. While Toyota has traditionally set the high mark for pricing, the new Crosstrek Hybrid actually leaps over the Corolla Cross in price, at just over $38,000 with all the options. Nevertheless, let's account for that $961 price difference using our scale, which will give the Corolla Cross plus 2 points in this ultra price conscious segment. So there you have it, the objective winner. Do you agree? Here are a couple things to consider when picking which one is the best fit for you personally, and then we'll tell you which ones that we would put in our respective driveways. So for the Corolla Cross, you should probably pick this as your choice if you're looking for the most efficient hybrid powertrain. Also, if you're looking for additional convenience features, notably rear vents and the power trunk, and also the industry-leading resale and reliability ratings.
The Crosstrek, on the flip side, should be your choice if you want more rear seat and cargo space. It also has symmetrical all-wheel drive for better all-wheel drive performance, and it also has some lighting advantages over the Corolla Cross. And speaking of those individual advantages and disadvantages, which might be better for you, we'd encourage you to go to carconfections.com/vehicle rankings. There are a ton of subcompact SUVs on the market, and we've gone through and ranked them in the 10 most important categories to the shopper, things like luxury features for the money, value, powertrain choices, interior space, and cargo room. All of that is detailed there for you. So if you want to make an informed buying decision, definitely go to carconfections.com/vehicle rankings and sort based in the categories that matter the most to you. But which one are we going to put in our driveways from these two?
Well, I would definitely pick the Subaru Crosstrek. I just like the overall packaging of it a little bit better than the Corolla Cross. I like the solidity of the interior, and extra reassurance from the more capable all-wheel drive system is nice as well.
I absolutely agree with that as well. I think I would definitely take the Crosstrek. I think I like the way it looks better, and the solidity and just overall premium feel of that vehicle is a bit nicer than the Corolla Cross, in my opinion. Now, if you're looking to buy either of these SUVs, we'd encourage you to go to carconfections.com/new-car-quotes as well. The reason you do that is because we have a tool on our website that will connect you with local car dealers in your area to get you the best price. It's also going to give you access to invoice pricing information, which is a great tool to use while dealer negotiating. If you'd like to take advantage of that, as well as things like our monthly payment tool, you can find a link to that down below in our video description, as well as a pinned comment. And guys, that's where we're leaving off in this comparison. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed watching, we'd really appreciate you subscribing down below. And if you're already a part of our family, thank you so much for your continued support. We'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.